So a couple of weeks ago, I think the new semester at MIT Manipal would have started, and I graduated about a year ago, but I still think it's a perfect time for me to make this video on the things that I think you should do or at least keep in mind while you're studying in Manipal. Let's just jump straight right into it. First one I would say is make a group of friends but talk to everybody. The biggest advantage of studying in Manipal is the diverse student body. There's people from all parts of the country and even some people from outside the country all studying in Manipal. People speak different languages, they come from different backgrounds, different regions. Everyone has a different story to tell. Definitely, while it's super comfortable to, stick to your crew from school, stick to the people who you know before, I feel like you should definitely branch out and speak to a lot of other people, especially within your first couple of months when everyone's super willing to talk to each other. And this is gonna give you a lot of fun and learning experiences. On that note, I would also want to say that while you should speak to everybody and branch out as much as you can, you should have a bunch of reliable friends. See, you don't have to be close friends with everybody who you meet. And also, getting close, reliable friends is not something that's going to happen super quickly. Your first friends in Manipal may not be the ones that make this cut, but it's something that you should definitely put in effort and time into, because Manipal is like your new home. You need family around. The next thing I would say is buy a bicycle. Manipal is a small town. You can literally bike from one end of the town to the other end in about 20 minutes. Having a bike is just gonna help you save money on auto rickshaws. It's gonna help you save time, especially when you're rushing to that 8 a.m. class in the morning. It's gonna help you make like-minded friends who want to do long distance cycle trips perhaps. I know that for me personally, I did a lot of long distance cycle trips when I was in Manipal. I cycled to Delta Beach, I cycled to Hude, I cycled to Mattu Beach, Malpe, to the railway bridge, and actually made a lot of really good friends by the virtue of just cycling together with them. Next thing I would say is don't stay in too many clubs. And by clubs, I mean student clubs, not nightclubs. After you graduate, no one really gives a shit about how many clubs you've been in. What they do give a shit about is, what you did in the clubs that you were a part of, how they shaped you, what you learned from the experiences, and how you contributed. So while it's definitely good to join and try out different clubs, I strongly suggest that you find the ones that you're passionate about, where you have the most fun just being a part of them, and just contribute to those. I feel like that's going to give you much higher value. It's going to give you more things to talk about in your interviews and in your essays later on, instead of just going for volume and the number of clubs alone. The next thing I would say is go out and explore the region. Go out and explore Manipal and the whole Tulunadu region around. No, seriously, Manipal is one of the most beautiful places that I've ever lived in. And I've lived in Paris and I'm currently living in Los Angeles, and believe me, Manipal is up there, but you just need to go out and explore. It's really easy to explore the Manipal nightlife because it's right there and everyone's doing it, so you just tag along. But I feel like it's really worth it if you push yourself, go out and explore the region around. This ties in really well with my point on buying a bicycle. Even otherwise, I think there's car rental, scooter rental services in Manipal now. Just get one of those and spend your weekends just exploring the place. It's fantastic. You can actually watch my video on the 8 places that I think you need to visit in Manipal. I'm gonna link that up there or wherever it is, and it's also a link in the description, and you should definitely check that out. I think it's gonna give you a lot of inspiration. Alright, next up, I would say move out of the campus, but later, not initially. Your first year and your second year in Manipal, I would suggest you stay on the campus because it's just easier to assimilate into the culture. It's easier to make friends, when you're in the hostel, when you're going to the food court every day, and it's just so much easier to, get in on things when you're living on the campus. And I think that's really important in your first and your second year. Third year onwards, that's when I did it, so that's when I would recommend, because I thought I had a good time. Third year onwards, just move out and start living life like an adult. However, don't move to any of these places which have these crazy restrictions, the hours that you can enter and leave, the guests you can bring in and so on, because that's just going to be hostel all over again. Move out to a nice place which doesn't have much restrictions, and live responsibly, be responsible about it, and I think it's gonna give you a very, very formative experience. Don't be afraid to be yourself. This one is super important. I think this applies not just in Manipal, but it applies in general, you know. Like, but dude, in Manipal, no one really gives a shit. I mean, there are a few people that give a shit, but you know, for them, you be the one that doesn't give a shit and just be yourself. In my first year of college, I bought myself a pair of floral shoes. They were like blue shoes with pink flowers on them. And I bought those shoes as like a statement, you know, that I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be who I am, and I don't give a shit about what people think about them. And you know, there were some people who gave me shit for you know, wearing floral shoes, but there were also a lot of people who absolutely loved them and absolutely loved me for, you know, making a statement like that. I started vlogging in my first year of college for this reason, to get out of my comfort zone. So finally, my final piece of advice would be to find a niche for yourself. You know, not everybody is gonna be able to do this, but if you are, it's gonna be pretty awesome. Find that one thing that you're good at and you love doing, and like, be known for it. Before I started my first year at MIT, I made myself a website called mayanksehgal.com, and I would like upload all of my music, all of my videos and photos and everything on that. And in my first year, I remember I was part of a club called MTTN. Still exists, Manipal the Talk Network. Also a link in the description. Super cool, you should check them out. Shout out to MTTN. While I was a part of MTTN, you know, I remember one of my seniors, he told me that, hey, can you just like go over to this event? You know, I think Aero MIT was having this demonstration with one of their drones. And my senior told me, hey, can you just like go over to this event and like take a couple of videos, you know, just a few video clips, just so we can post them on our Facebook. What I did, I went to that event and I took a couple of video clips and then I edited it into like a properly edited 1 minute long video, which I published with, of course, my website name at the end of the video and everything. And yeah, I started getting known for video editing that way. That was like the first video that I made in college. And that led to like ton of other videos that I made for MTTN. Each one of them had mayanksehgal.com at the end. And you know, that became my niche. I became the guy who makes videos. And that inspired like this whole movement of making videos at Manipal, and it was pretty awesome. And you know, because I did that, I did something and then I told everybody about it. I blasted it out to everyone. You know, like a lot of opportunities came my way as a result of that. I got my 8th semester internship at Springroll because of this. And yeah, so you know what I would suggest is that don't hide your talent. Blast it out, tell everyone about it, find that niche and make sure everybody knows. And you know, that's gonna help you out a lot. Number one thing I would recommend with this is like make a website. You know, mayanksehgal.com, having that personal brand online, it really helped me out a lot. And I think that this is the perfect time in your career that you should be, you know, looking into that. All the best for, you know, this journey that you're going to begin in Manipal. And yeah, definitely write to me if you have any other questions. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and you know, share this video. Most importantly, share this video with like anyone who you know is going to Manipal or is going to any other college and you know, you think needs to hear this. So yep, talk to you guys in the next one.